Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. You know what, man? Bernard Hopkins may have a little bit of Shaggy in him. It wasn't me. Was Bernard Hopkins the sole culprit behind Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis? That fight falling apart. You got to understand, Hopkins isn't just a legend. He's a business decision maker. And make sure y'all think about liking and subscribing, becoming a member to the channel if you enjoy the content. Now let's understand something here, man. Hopkins isn't just B-Hop, the fighter. He's a partner / executive with Golden Boy Promotions. And we all know Bernard Hopkins is brutally honest, and he doesn't believe in protecting fighters emotionally. He literally said he won't promote a lie and won't kiss a fighter's ass. This is what he said. Y'all can look this up. Now that tells you everything you need to know, man, because he values real matchmaking over hype. He's willing to go against fighters on or the public demand. So what that means is, if Hopkins thought Ortiz versus Ennis was a bad move right now, he's the type to quietly shut that down. And you may say, well, damn, Hood, if he wants to see good fights and won't kiss butt, why would he shut down the fight behind closed doors? I think you got to understand, Bernard Hopkins is from Philly, and he knows what Philly fighters are about. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, Philadelphia is one of boxing's most brutal breeding grounds when it comes to fighters. And this is something I want to point out. Ennis is not just a Philly fighter. He's a modern version of that style. He can switch hit, has violent combinations, high KO ratio, and very, very, very aggressive counterpuncher. And that's exactly the type Hopkins came up around. Especially, in and out of prison. Okay? So what Hopkins has always implied when it comes to Philly fighters, and I'm sure he has had these conversations with Oscar when it came to Jaron and Vergil. You know what I'm saying? And even if there was some things that weren't said directly, in his career he was able to show a few things. With these Philly fighters, man, sometimes they can thrive on dirty tactics, inside fighting, mental warfare. That's Hopkins in a nutshell. Now, Jaron Boots Ennis is not a dirty fighter, but he doesn't mind if the fight gets dirty. Because of that Philly style, it's all about break you down physically and mentally. So it's not just skill, it's violence, IQ, patience. So if Hopkins sees Ennis, you know what I'm saying? He's not seeing talent like how we see it. He's seeing a Philly fighter who can ruin careers early. And they know over there on Golden Boy, shit, they're barely holding on to Ryan Garcia, and Vergil Ortiz wants to be up, and away to another promoter to make more money. So, in my opinion, this could be a case of him saying, shit, we need to protect Vergil Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a fan, how most of us are going to see this is, hey, yo, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Vergil Ortiz, protect him. Protect him from who? You know what I'm saying? He's undefeated, 90% plus KO ratio. But the thing is this, he's Golden Boy's golden goose. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. Ortiz is offensive-minded, pressure-heavy. Ennis is more versatile, more athletic, unpredictable. That's a high-risk stylistic nightmare when you bring them two together. Fans will benefit, of course, but for promoters, they can get real uneasy. Because Ortiz, with that offensive mindset, he come in there, that pressure, trying to pressure Jaron Ennis, it could be bing, 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 because of the versatility, the athleticism, and just how unpredictable Jaron Boots Ennis is. So Hopkins, And the way he thinks, probably saying to himself, because I see it this way, Ortiz is a star, but not fully developed defensively enough to mess with Jaron. He says Ennis is already elite, just hasn't had the huge opportunity. This is the huge opportunity. And so he's going to be more dangerous than ever, more on point than ever. So Lord have mercy. This fight could damage our asset. And we can't let that happen. If Oscar doesn't want to listen, nobody else wants to listen, I'm going to speak up because I'm B-Hop. And at the end of the day, timing matters in making the fight. And the timing for this just isn't right. It's all wrong. And let me tell you something, people, that shit's not random. That's calculated. That's B-Hop saying we got to figure out how to keep our golden goose golden and not turn them into goddamn bronze. But he's staying quiet now. You know what I'm saying? And I found that odd. Hopkins being silent, to me, that tells me a lot more than if he was talking. Now, there are some reasons why he could be quiet, you know, the internal golden boy politics. There's already tension around Ortiz and management, so speaking publicly could expose strategy, create backlash, make Golden Boy look even worse. And it could expose B-Hop for being the guy who may have spearheaded this whole thing with not making a damn fight. He already made his move privately, could be another reason. Hopkins is old school, handle business behind closed doors. Let promoters like Oscar De La Hoya take the heat publicly. Because Oscar De La Hoya is the figurehead of Golden Boy, so it's only right. Also, this is a no-win situation publicly. If B-Hop says, fight Ennis, then you risk losing Ortiz. You know what I mean? If he says, don't fight Ennis, you get labeled as putting duck sauce on the fried rice. So instead, you just do the right thing. You listen a whole lot and talk very little, or you just don't say nothing. You shut up. So for those who are saying, man, we hear you, but we're not sure this theory is realistic, man. So I get it. I'm tracking with you. But let's be real for a second. It's feasible. Hopkins understands Philly fighters better than almost anyone. He has influence at Golden Boy, and he has already referenced timing and politics in the matchups, man. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing that's not proven and not true is just conversation is, there's no direct evidence of him blocking any fights. He's actually predicted that the fight will happen. But when I sit back and watch how all of this is playing out, I gotta ask the question. Did somebody take it to the stupid, and was it B-Hop over there? So I definitely don't think it's about Vergil Ortiz putting duck sauce on the fried rice when it comes to Jaron Ennis. I think it's more about, it could be just protecting a star from a dangerous stylistic threat right now. And Hopkins is the kind of guy to say, let's keep building Ortiz, then we'll take the war. You know what I'm saying? So it could just be a little bit of Philly politics over there on Golden Boy. We don't know. But I got my eyeball on Hopkins, because that's when a man who is always talking stops talking, that means something's going on. Anyway, man, y'all enjoy y'all day. I'm in the breeze.